So, got some parts for the Nova. We'll go over everything that I've got. I'll lay it all out here so you guys can see. First thing from Summit is Global West part number 800 interlock body mount bushings. So these are the subframe bushings or body mounts, whatever you want to call them. I'll show everything it came with. So it came with the hardware, bolts, washers, the spring washers, nuts, everything we need as far as hardware goes for the 4 subframe bolts as well as the core support bolts. And that's something that most of the kits don't come with. So most of the kits don't actually come with the hardware. This one does. But the real reason I bought these Global West body mounts is because they're solid body mounts. They're a solid interlock body mount. And what that means is instead of rubber or polyurethane, they are actual solid steel body mounts. Really nice machining on these. This is the core support ones, so they're a little bit smaller. Really nice machining on these. They're never going to wear out. They're never going to have to be replaced. They are essentially for the life of the vehicle. A couple benefits to these is that in a traditional body mount, the bolt has play inside the body mount. In these, bolt does not have that same amount of play. Has a small amount of play, but it's a lot tighter than the stock bolts. Another thing with these is that they are sandwiching the frame and the body, or the frame and the subframe, depending on which ones we're referring to, together, so you have no play, so there's not going to be any squeaking or anything like that. Another benefit is because they are tying the frame and the body together, you have they're a lot like the energy shocks, so they are reactive. They're going to not have a bunch of play in them that slows like response time of the body to move on the frame. So a lot of reasons to get these above the polyurethane or rubber for me. This is my first time using a solid body mount, so we'll see how they work out, but I'm excited to try them out. So again, that's Global West part number 800 for the Nova and Camaro. I believe there is a part number, don't quote me on this, I think it's like 802 or 805 or something like that. That has a 1/2 inch drop, but this is the standard stock height body mount bushing. And these weren't very much more than like this stock price. Like I think I was around 115 to 120, and these total ran me 150. So that's what we're gonna do for body mount bushings. Next, we've got our Rock Auto box here, and this has everything else that we're going to replace on the frame as far as suspension parts go. We've got a lot of stuff here. We'll just kind of go through it one by one. So this is going to be our link kit. So this is going to be the hardware for linking our sway bar. We got 2 of those in there, so we won't worry about going through both those. You guys will know what those look like. Same thing there. Next, this one is going to be inner tie rod. So I went with all Moog stuff just because of quality. I wanted to have nice quality parts on the suspension without breaking the bank. It does come with grease zert fitting, the castellated nut and the cutter pin. And there's that joint there. Real nice part. Same thing here. Next we have our outer tie rod. Same thing, Moog, comes with the hardware. There's the joint. Same thing, other side. I think this is probably our ball joints. Yeah, I'm not sure if this is upper or lower, but I also went with Moog on the ball joints. Oh, this is upper ball joint. There's ball joint, hardware, and then the boot for it. So, comes with everything we need in there. Same thing, ball joint. And this is probably our lower, I'm guessing. No, that's another upper, so this is gonna be lower. Come on, I don't want to rip cardboard. Okay, so there's that lower. Moog problem solver. Comes with boot and hardware. There's one of those. Oh, come on. Okay. Then there's other ball joints. You got 4 ball joints. So that is it for the Moog parts. The rest of the parts were bushings and stuff, and I did try to save us a little bit of money here, and I went with, I don't know, whatever the cheapest brand was. Not the cheapest, but I did try to save us a little bit of money on it. Let's see. What are these? These are going to be sway bar bushings. And sway bar bushings. We'll see how those hold up. I think they'll be fine. We have lower control arm bushings, front and rear. This is probably the same thing. I think the box is the same size. Yeah, lower control arm. Oh no, sorry. These are upper control arm, front and rear. Lower control arm, front and rear. And so we can assume this last one is also front and rear. And that is it. That's the box. Besides my magnets, let's see which magnets gave me. See if we get anything cool. Oh, that's cool. Pink Cadillac. That's Jim and Deb's. So Jim and Deb, that's a nice Cadillac. And let's see, Prince DeSoto. Nice DeSoto there. Although I am noticing, am I missing one of the link kits? Oh no, I did see it. Okay, link kit. Okay, cool. There for a minute I thought I had only counted one of those. So yeah, you might notice that I don't have the hardware that links the inner and outer tie rods together. I'm gonna cheap out and just clean up what I've got and reuse it. It looks to be in fine condition. I'm more concerned with the actual ends on those tie rods. and just putting the new in, getting the new actual tie rods themselves. And then we've counted the shims, and we also will measure these out and try to match it up as close as possible, and then we'll take it and get it aligned once we have it as close as possible. But this is it. I think this will put us in a really good spot as far as refreshing that subframe and getting it all back together. The next piece of the puzzle will be our disc brake conversion parts, and I think what we're going to do is we're going to try to retrofit a newer rotor and caliper and all the components from like a newer Nova. I'm thinking I'll probably just go into O'Reilly and ask for like parts off of like a 71 or something, and then we'll put those on, and we'll do the conversion on the spindle. So I think there's plenty of information online. I've never personally done it, but there's plenty of information online for altering the drum brake spindle for the disc brake conversion. So we'll do a video on that. I'll try to get that, get a lot of detail in that as far as what I do to fit it. It sounds like it should be a success though. So we will clean up those spindles that we currently have. We'll put it all back together, and then we will do the conversion when everything's already on the car and everything. So look forward to seeing that in an upcoming video. This is gonna end that one, guys. Thanks.